Undertale.
That's right.
That's what this one's called?
Nice.
Well, it's a Deltarune one, but sure.
Wait, it's like Imagine Dragons. It's an anagram for something. That's what I hear.
Wait, Imagine Dragons is an anagram since when? What?
Okay, so let's not get too out of the let's not sidetrack too much.
Great,
but they said
already.
It's an anagram for something. They said it's an anagram for something, but they have never said what it is. So it's an inside joke. But I'm like, why the fuck would you call it that? Okay, whatever.
Well,
it doesn't matter. Deltarune, Undertale, whatever.
Did you know that Deltarune is just swapping the letters around from Undertale?
No way.
That's what an anagram is, I think.
This is a shout out to our episode where we talk about Super Mario Brothers 2 USA being Doki Doki Panic.
Did you know Doki Doki Panic?
Guys, if Doki Doki Panic never existed, we would never have Super Mario 2.
Yeah, it's so good.
These are deep cuts, guys. Deep cuts.
The deepest cuts, and to harvest the deepest, freshest cuts, we have our friend, our partner, besides Noah and I. We got Slade here on the podcast for the first time. Everybody say hello. Hello. Hi. Hello. He is the foremost expert on everything Toby Fox and Deltarune and Undertale, and we wanted to conscript him to do this with us. So
he likes these things. Yeah,
appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've played an Undertale before.
Yeah, he's played an Undertale before.
Yes. How many times have you played Undertale? Let's get down to it.
So I have played a lot of Undertale. I have it on both Switch. I got the special collector's edition for that, which if he doesn't know, comes with like a cool like screen wiper, and you get like a locket that looks like the locket in the game, and it has a music box in it. Plays the Asriel theme. Very cool. And I have it on PC as well, mostly just so I could use it for my Steam profile. But I've played a lot of pretty much just a true pacifist route. Call me a poser. I still need to do the genocide route, but well, okay, listen. We weren't actually supposed to do that, but
yeah.
But yeah, no, I before I even got the game as a kid, I was obsessed with it, and so I pretty much could go through that game most of the way blind.
Good deal. Yeah, my background with Undertale, as I played through it, was just kind of at my own pace. Didn't really know about the routes, like didn't know about pacifist, didn't know about genocide until I talked to Noah. Who did you do a genocide route first?
No, I'm not that crazy. I did a neutral route first. Then I did true pacifist. Then I did genocide last.
The intended route.
Yeah.
Of how to do things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if no one's played Undertale or Deltarune is listening, stop right now. Go play it. You need to do it blind. That's what ruined my experience. Go do it right now.
Yeah, do those things blind for sure. Yeah.
Why are you here? Why are you here if you haven't done these things? Like, get the hell out of here. That's why
you're not welcome here.
Okay. Actually, I rescind my previous comment. Like the video and then get the fuck out.
Yeah,
that's what I
like the video, comment, subscribe, then get out of here. Screw with our metrics. Completely ruin our metrics.
But don't listen to it and then come back once you
mute the video, keep it going. That way our metrics aren't like screwed up. But mute the video.
Yeah.
These are a lot of rules for prospective listeners. I have to say. My God. They're going to be like, wait, so which order was I supposed to do this shit in? What the heck?
Like, comment, subscribe, watch the video, but don't listen. Play Undertale, Deltarune, then come back and listen.
There you go.
Absolutely. And do all those backwards and on your head. Do that, please.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, that's a little bit of our background with, not the first game, just Undertale. I mean, Deltarune's like a spiritual successor with some of the flavoring of Undertale, right? There's some cross threads and all that. But yeah, just like the history. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the history of what like Undertale is like came from. Like Noah's background is like really into like the RPG maker aspect of like Toby Fox's like main genus for this idea. Like you played like Off and Yume Nikki and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What's your background with like RPG maker stuff, and like what are the influences that you think you've seen that Toby Fox has used in his stuff, off of like Off and stuff like that? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, if because yeah, with they recently did that remaster of Off, and Toby Fox actually helped with the music of that, and he was saying how that was like a big inspiration for Undertale, and so that's like a big influence for these types of games, I would say. He also had a lot of Earthbound influence, I believe. So any like
Yeah.
anyone can see that sort of thing in those. I want to say Homestuck was an influence as well for some of the Undertale stuff in a
Okay.
way. I'm not very familiar with Homestuck personally, but that was like something that I believe that was an influence there. So yeah, just a lot of these like. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, not to cut you off. One thing I do want to say, I don't know much about Off, but for that Off remake, apparently one of the bosses he snuck in like the character that was like the biggest inspiration for Papyrus. He snuck part of Papyrus's theme into the remake boss theme.
That's
Of
cool.
the
I
character,
didn't
so-
know that, so
Yeah,
I'll have to listen for that. Yeah.
he's like some guy in like a big trench coat looking thing. Looks like a skeleton. So
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
I'll have to listen to that theme again because I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
it's just a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So,
No, it's good.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So I'm. Yeah. I would believe that Toby Fox was playing other RPG Maker stuff. If I had to guess, if he was playing Off, then he was probably playing a lot of these other things as well. And I mean, you could see a lot of like the RPG Maker influence in these games, Undertale and Deltarune. So yeah, I've got a lot of background with those things. I like those things, so I like these games. I like Undertale, and I like the game we're talking about, Deltarune. So
Yeah, so one of the hallmarks, before I turn to you, Slade, one of the hallmarks that I've seen for RPG Maker stuff is this sort of like eclectic art style, where they kind of just like make a bunch of art of fun stuff they want to draw and they just slap around their game, and that feels like the I don't know, the artistic like stamp that Undertale and Deltarune has. It's just like a amalgamation of crazy off the wall characters of all stripes, colors, creeds, whatever. You know, how do you find like I don't know the presentation of Deltarune and Undertale and how those differ and how are those similar? Like, how does that hit you?
So me personally, right? Um, I think that they work really well. I think no one might disagree with me here. But I think that like Undertale and Deltarune is probably like as close to, I guess, quote unquote, for lack of words, like a triple A RPG Maker type of game. Like these games, I think,
Sure.
is like the culmination of what RPG Maker games have stacked up for years. Like you're saying, having this cast of colorful characters, and they make it all work. No one feels out of place in those games. Um, and a fun fact for those that don't know, and we'll be doing a lot of fun facts throughout this thing.
Please, yeah, that's why you're here. That's why you're here.
So Deltarune is actually closer to Toby Fox's original vision for Undertale. That's what he said. Part of the reason he's making Deltarune, and it really shows a lot just how much he has progressed in like programming, and his partners have progressed in like the art department and stuff like that. And because just even playing like Undertale and then going to Deltarune, even like the physics for those games feel like so vastly different. Undertale is very good and has good physics for what you move around in, but it does feel very very like you just stop in place. But Deltarune has more little more motion and emotion to its like movement and stuff like that. They have more than like three sprites that they animate themselves with in the overworld, and um, just the and we don't know why, but just the monsters being out on the surface, it just shows how much thought he put into everything and making like this town of monsters and making you feel like kind of an outsider but welcomed by the community for being the only human in a town of monsters.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess I'll turn that same question to you, Noah. In your kind of like history with RPG Maker games, how does like the style of Deltarune Undertale hit you? I guess given your history.
Yeah, I'd say Undertale is probably a step above most RPG Maker things in terms of presentation and just just the it since it's not like an RPG Maker game, it's not confined to those constraints. It's made in Game Maker, I think, and so it's a little bit of a they can do more with that engine than you could do in like an RPG Maker. And so there's a lot less of those like tells of like, oh yeah, this is in the RPG Maker engine because of this. You don't see that. Like things like the combat system for Undertale just wouldn't. It would technically be possible in RPG Maker, but it would run really weird. I would imagine. So it's um, it's overall just a better engine, I think, for this game to use the Game Maker engine, and it shows in these games. And then with like a Deltarune, it's like exponentially more than even like Undertale in terms of quality. I would say as the chapters progress, like the game just starts
Yeah.
to ramp up in quality. So it's definitely exciting to see where it's gonna go in the last few chapters.
Yeah, absolutely,
Oh yeah.
absolutely. And that's kind of where I want to kind of lead off on our, kind of end our thoughts on Undertale and then start into Deltarune. To kind of like cap it off, how do you both feel about Undertale's game before we start talking about Deltarune as kind of its own thing? For me, just real quick, I really enjoyed Undertale, like really enjoyed it. It was kind of a I don't know. It was a new adventure. It was a new type of game that I'd never really played before. Like I had dabbled in RPGs from time to time, but like that sort of like style of RPG, very like you said, RPG Maker coded, shall we say? I never really had a taste of that, and that was kind of my first little peeky toe in the water, right? And I was really enthralled by it. I thought it was great. The music was top tier. The story was pretty arresting, honestly, with great characters and lots of fun. But there was like a touch of like sinister overtones that I appreciated. It was just very off kilter and very Alice in Wonderland. Like that's how it feels to me when I think of Undertale. I think of Alice in Wonderland. It feels whimsical in the
Mm-hmm.
right ways and scary in the right ways. And yeah, I really like that first one. But Slade, we'll let you go on. But I want Noah's opinion, and then we'll go to you, and then you just go off. Now, what you think of that thing? But Noah, how did Undertale hit you?
Yeah, I liked the game quite a bit. I want to say I just found the game randomly on release day on like the Steam new and trending, and was just like, oh yeah, this seems like something I'd like. I'll just go ahead and download and play this thing. I have no idea what this thing is. Never expected this random game I found to become like a huge thing, but it ended
Phenomenon.
up becoming
Yeah,
a huge
yeah.
thing. So, but yeah, I just played through it as normal, and then got to the ending, and they're like, yeah, you kind of suck for like killing these guys. Why don't you try not doing that? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, I won't kill people.
I'll get right on
Yeah,
that.
I don't think I killed
Yeah.
like everyone either. Like I think I might have killed all the bosses my first time through, but I probably spared maybe one. I don't know, but the sparing is definitely a little bit weird. Like I think that those mechanics are a lot we- more thought out in Deltarune. than they
Yeah.
were in Undertale, because they don't follow like very well set patterns in Undertale. Because like for one, like you have to just keep attempting to spare, and then for another, you'll have to like actually
Mhm.
act, and then so there's
Mhm.
different like things that are just a little bit cryptic, I think, about those things.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think that Deltarune does a better job with those sort of core systems for the game, and I think just the overall, just like the bullet hell and things like that have improved. As someone who enjoys bullet hell, I play a bit of Toho, so and other sort of bullet hell things like that. So I like the bullet hell patterns a lot better in Deltarune, I think. Well, that Sans fight is
Yeah.
classic. I mean, it's hard to top that Sans fight,
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
but yeah, I like the game overall. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, just to echo a little bit of that before I turn to Slade here. Um, yeah, like the mechanic portion of it. They don't keep to the rules that they set out initially, and the goalposts are slightly moving on that stuff, like you're saying, Noah, where things aren't as consistent enemy to enemy on how to spare them.
Yeah.
Which I can relate to, because I was like, I don't know, I would like to not kill this frog, but how do you
Yeah.
not kill the
How do
frog?
you not kill it?
And how
Yeah.
do yeah,
It's
basically.
just easier to do
Um,
that in Deltarune, I think. It's more
right.
streamlined, I guess, is the better word for it.
Yeah, more streamlined, better fleshed out. It just feels like a more complete idea
Yeah.
in a Delta, right?
Yep.
Um, but yeah, for your idea on Undertale, Slade. So like, wax poetic about it. All you like. This is your platform. What did you think about that game upon release, and how does it kind of hit you now?
Yeah, so okay, for a little bit of background, I didn't know anything about Undertale like when it came out. I really only learned about it when I was old enough to get a smartphone. My parents gate kept me from that for quite a while, as they should. Um,
Yeah, right.
and so when it first came out, I would always look into things before I would get into them, and I was a bit of a dumb kid, and so on Wikipedia it calls it a cult classic. I didn't know what that meant, so I thought it was an evil game. And
Evil
Not an
so
evil
game.
game. No.
I was like, I gotta stay away from this thing. Um, and then later on, I had just seen like a clip of a very, very late game area of Undertale, and it hooked me back in. I looked into it, and got over it, and I was into. I've been into the game ever since. I think it's a beautiful game, to be honest with you.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think a lot of its stuff works really well. It has amazing music. I can't think of an RPG with better music, to be honest with you. Has a good, solid art style. Um, Areas are diverse. It's not too long of a game. It keeps it. I will agree. There is some things that can be a little frustrating with the inconsistencies of like trying to spare everyone because an early boss in the game, like Noah was saying, you have to try to mercy over and over again, and that is what eventually lets you actually mercy them. When like no other boss in the game does
Yeah.
it, another boss you have to like choose to run away from the fight at a specific point in it multiple times, and like then some of the last ones that yeah, it can get a little confusing. But if you're going through it blind, you don't know about that stuff, and then the game tells you, well, you can spare everyone.
Mhm.
Try to do it if you want, and then you're like, oh, okay, like this is a game that is supposed to be played multiple times.
Yeah.
Right.
Um, if you're going in blind, this isn't like a Pokemon. You're one and done with it, right? You
Yeah.
go in, you play it multiple times, and it's good. And there's a lot of things that like for its time like broke ground. Like it was very fourth wall breaking, but it wasn't like in your face or meta about it really.
Mhm.
Um, it talks about like saving and loading, but that's like an actual thing in the universe, not just they're saying it to break the wall because haha funny. Um, and Yeah, it's really, really well done. There are secret bosses in the game, for those that don't know. Incredibly obscure. Good luck finding them. Some are better left hidden. Um, um, And but yeah, it's it made me cry. It made me mad. It made me go through just about every range of emotion. Um, I can't, other than some of the inconsistencies it has, I can't really think of too much bad to say about it. Um, I think it's definitely up there in like if there was a video game Hall of Fame, this would definitely be at least top five.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Very cool. Very cool. Is it your number one?
I think Undertale slash Deltarune, I'm grouping them together for now because Deltarune isn't complete, would probably be my number one game of all time. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, that I mean, I know that you love that game. It's like one of your babies, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I it's not see, I mean, this is obviously something that Noah and I differ on is we're not obsessed with these games.
Hmm.
We like them. I like it. I like it specifically for myself. Um, I don't think it's like the best RPG I've ever played necessarily. I played many better ones, I think, but I think it is more unique than most of them, I guess. And that
Hmm.
seems like a weird thing to say. Um,
Yeah.
but there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of creativity to it that you don't see in other
Hmm.
stuff, I guess.
Yep.
Sorry, no,
Yeah.
you want to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I think we did a like essential indies list pretty
Hmm.
recently. I don't think either of these games ended up on that list, if I recall correctly. And that's not to say that these are like terrible things. It's just that in our you know minds, we didn't think that like these were games that everyone had to play or die, or you know what I mean. Like these aren't like essential. You must play these. These are just great games that when you've been gaming for a while, I think that these games work a lot better when you have like an idea of like established tropes and things like that. Um, and yeah, one last thing on like the comparison between Undertale and Deltarune. I would
Yeah,
say
please.
like run through blind first time
Hmm.
on especially on both of these. But then with like
Yeah.
Undertale, you really need to just sit down with a guide for that pacifist and that genocide. Like I'd say just run through
They're
those
very
with a guide.
particular.
Yeah, they're very particular.
They're
Whereas
very
Deltarune,
particular.
I've been playing that thing pacifist since that thing came out. I haven't needed a guide at all for pacifism. The only times I've like looked up guides are finding like secret bosses if I don't stumble upon them, or just encountering secret stuff in general in the games. Then
Mm.
I'll look up a guide for that sort of thing. But as for like the pacifist versus genocide stuff, like that's very well fleshed out in Deltarune, and
Mhm.
it's pretty like simple to do. I guess it's pretty streamlined, not cryptic at all. So
Mhm.
they
Well,
spend a lot of work in that development to make those things work really well.
I will say the pacifist route is very straightforward. The quote unquote evil route, whatever you want to call it, that didn't
Right.
have an official
Yeah.
name yet,
Yeah.
is quite obscure on how to get
Right.
started. But
That would
once you get started, it's a bit easier to follow along with it.
Yeah, that one you would need a guide for. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
Like the Snowgrave stuff,
hundred
and
percent.
I guess there's like an evil route for chapter 4. I never actually did that route, so
Yeah, you have to have you have to have a save file with
with the
the
evil
Snowgrave
route,
stuff
yeah,
started,
yep,
and then you can play off of it. But yeah, we can get into that when we talk more about that stuff. I'm
yeah.
sure.
I'd like to hear more about that and your thoughts on if that's worth going through or not. But we don't have to discuss that right
Oh yeah.
now.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. So when we get to that point, please, I mean, expound upon it when we start.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I will.
Okay, cool, perfect, perfect. So yeah, that's our thoughts on Undertale as kind of a
Yep.
product of the zeitgeist, all of that. I mean, honestly, it's kind of a review of Undertale too. Kind of
Yeah, short review of Undertale. Yeah,
That's
since we've
cool. I
never
mean,
Speedrun
done.
that's all right.
review,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're all here to talk about Deltarune for sure, but like,
Yeah.
you can't talk about Deltarune without Undertale. You just
Right.
can't.
But now we're
Yeah,
banning
they're two
talking
ingrained.
about Undertale. We're done with Undertale. No more Undertale. We're going to talk about Deltarune from now on. If anyone says Undertale, then they're out of here.
You know
Well,
what?
the
If you
thing-
say Deltarune, you're kind of saying Undertale, but you know.
No! He's bringing it back!
What?
He's bringing it back! No!
No.
Not the fun
No,
fact!
I just think it's really cool how Toby Fox has been reusing Undertale characters in Deltarune, but still like giving you more perspectives and expounding upon those characters that you already
Yeah.
know so well.
Yep.
I think that's what
Yeah,
really
I
well
love,
done.
I love it. I love it that Sans is gay in this one. He was not. That was my favorite.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, for sure.
No, he's banging Toriel.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't have made that joke had I remembered. You're right. You're right. It's fine. It's fine. He's not gay. It's okay. It's okay if he is. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying.
It's okay, I promise.
You're getting really defensive there. I don't like that.
Let's move on. What do you guys think about Deltarune?
Oh goodness.
Well, let's start with Slade. Let's start with Slade first. What is your thoughts on Deltarune? I'll round it out after.
Okay, my thoughts on Deltarune. I think it's good. I think it has the potential to take flight and soar. I think Toby Fox would actively have to try to like mess it up to just like make Deltarune a flop.
Yeah.
It's got so much going for it. He has kept so many missing links like close to his chest for the story. I think it has amazing potential once that game finishes to be actually one of the all-time #1 video games.
Yeah. I think I think it's hard to get a full grasp on it without it all being. That's really where I'm at. With it
Yeah.
there. Before I really get into what I think about it, but it's probably 55 to 60% of the way through. They have 2 or 3 left.
So chapter 7 is supposedly the last chapter. We're on chapter 4.
Okay. Chapter 4. Okay,
So
just over the halfway point for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it feels like that once you play through chapter 4, which we will talk about. But yeah, Noah, how did Deltarune hit you as well?
Yeah, I mean, this game, the initial first chapter kind of shadow dropped out of nowhere, if I remember right. And so people kind of just like were playing this thing because it was just a demo, and so anyone could play it. And I remember playing that thing. I'm like, yeah, this is more Toby Fox. This is good stuff. I played through that chapter pretty shortly after release, I think. And then I kind of was a bit delayed on playing chapter 2. I wasn't really interested in it when it came out, and then I eventually got around to playing that one. And then I've played chapter 3 pretty close to that release, I think, and then chapter 4 took me a bit to get to, but I got to it very recently. So
right. Yeah, I never played any Deltarune at all. Like this was my first time coming to any of it, and I had that demo of chapter 1 when it dropped in, what was that, 2018, which was. It was like a year after Undertale hit console, which was interesting. I was like, man, he's already working on something else great, like this. But then there was like, oh, this is a game, so how long is this going to take? And cut to whatever it is now, 7 years later, that we're still waiting for it, and we got just half of it. But I digress there. But my thoughts on it are, I solid. In its makeup, it is a better game than Deltarune, for sure. On a mechanics, presentation, and just visual and level, I think it's just a better game. I think I like Undertale more because I can go off of that complete package and get everything.
Right.
But like Deltarune is going to be so much more content than that game. So I'm willing to see, and it's what makes it kind of annoying to kind of talk about at this age because we can only go off of what we know, right? From what is there, I think it's solid. I think it's good. Like you said, it could soar. It's not there yet because they're not done with it, and
Yeah.
I think that little kernel like sticks in my craw a little bit. I'm like, man, we gotta wait for this thing because like by the end of chapter 4, you're in it, man. Like you're in.
Oh, it's got its vice grip on you, yeah.
It does. Like once you do the whole, and like I said, we'll get into it. The stained glass stuff, like that stuff is maybe the most interesting part of that game, and it's at the very end of that chapter. I'm just like, okay, when is this next? I gotta have this. I'm there. But yeah, on the whole, I think it's good to great. I personally have issues with some of the internet-y humor of some of it that was somewhat present in Undertale. It's a taste thing, really.
Yeah.
But like as the chapters progress, the writing also gets better. Not to say it's bad for more, and it becomes more earnest. I like earnest humor rather than memey humor, I guess. But all in all, I think it's very solid, very very solid. Anything you guys want to interject with?
Yeah, on that humor thing, Toby Fox definitely does like his Tumblr humor for sure.
Yes, Tumblr. That's a good term.
But I think that this is a type of Tumblr humor that does not annoy me. I think this is Tumblr humor done right. Like people just jumping out of windows in Toby Fox games will just always make me laugh.
It's funny. Yeah.
It's very very well timed. He has amazing comedic timing. I think that Deltarune Chapter 1 is about on par for Undertale for me. They feel very very baseline, but Deltarune has with each chapter just slowly been climbing a little more and a little more above it, and we're kind of like hitting the ceiling because there's no more. But I can just see the future of like I'm gonna fall in love with this game more than Undertale if it keeps going its direction.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a lot more to it, and I think the combat is so novel. Like it does what's interesting about Undertale, but expounds upon that, and it has a lot of new ideas too, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure. Just kind of our overall feelings on it, as it is now. Like I said, it's in progress. It's almost episodic, almost. Not quite. It's staggered. It's staggered, right? It's kind of like how Netflix does their freaking episode drops. Sometimes they're like, "We're gonna do it in summer, fall, and freaking spring," and it's like 3, 5, and 6, and you're like, "Kill yourself! Stop!"
Yeah.
But
it has been in the double digits of years between 2 and then 3 plus 4 though, and that was rough.
Right.
That was very rough.
Yeah,
but
one was
3 years.
2018.
3 years.
Yeah. One was 2018, 2 was 2021, and this one hit with the Switch 2 in 25. So that's a hell of a gap there. So
yeah, very much so.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's our overall thoughts. Anything you guys want to add to talk about the content of this package so far, the first 4 chapters? Anything else you guys want to branch off of here? No, you got anything?
If Slade, did you have something?
Oh, I didn't. I mean, didn't know exactly what we were going into. We were just kind of talking about the comparison between those two. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other little addendum to this, like any of this, before we talk about?
Yeah. Nope. Can't think of nothing.
Let's take a quick break here before we get into the chapter content.
All right. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
We're back, mateys. We wet our beaks, we powdered our noses, and we're ready to hip hop and party. How you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
Like a million ducks.
Running on my gamer supplements and all that stuff.
Yeah, gotta get your G Fuel on.
No, not G Fuel. That sucks. You get gamer subs. G Fuel is chalky and it's bad. G Fuel melts all the way.
It's all like Zoomer crap to me. I just drink like an energy drink or a beer. So
it's Modelo time. I like saying that.
When I say Modelo's good. Yeah, Modelo's great. I love Modelo. Shout out to Modelo.
It makes you feel a little
sponsored by Modelo.
Authentic Mexicano, doesn't it? A little bit, just a little sauce.
You know what? Sure, power for you. Sure.
Can a white boy speak a little Spanish tonight?
God forbid a white boy speaks a little Mexicano.
Real.
Oh my gosh! All right, I am the one leading the show, and I'm off the rails, so I better bring it back. But we're gonna talk about the nitty gritties. This is where we're at. We're talking about what we liked the most, what we didn't like the most, what's the strongest, weakest chapter. We're getting into it. I mean, we have a loose structure here. We're gonna kind of talk about whatever. I'm not gonna lead as much of the discussion. We're gonna just kind of go shoot from the hip. But to start on a loose framework, let's talk about the chapters on the whole. Okay, we don't have to recap anything like that. If you have played the game, you're here, you know what's going on. We're going to just talk at length about any of them however we like. So, for the structure, let's talk about our favorite chapters. I think we have an aligned view on this, but I'll go first on what my favorite of the 4 is. And it's got to be chapter 3, right? I think it is. It's like it's a huge jump in quality from 2 to 3 specifically. That is very evident as soon as you fire up the stuff with Tenna, and you're just like, wow, okay, he got some extra hands to help him, huh? This is kind of wild, and it's extremely entertaining. It's well done. The writing is super good here, and it's got that Tumblr humor that you're talking about, Slade, but it's not grating at all. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's just supremely well done. The entire stuff, the variety of the things that you're doing, the visuals, the music especially, and the character, the complex character of Tenna, is such a highlight here. He's such a memorable character. That by far is my favorite chapter, by far. What do you think, Slade?
So, okay, a lot of my favorite characters definitely come from chapter 3. I think Tenna is like such a well-written character. Was so well thought out in what he is, like a real-world thing of, right? And why he acts the way he does because of that. And just how he's like he the role that he plays in that story is very well placed as well. Great character, but after a lot of thought about it, even though a lot of my favorite stuff is chapter 3, I think chapter 4, just because of the themes that it has and some of the penultimate moments of that chapter, beat out the all high points of chapter 3.
That's not where I thought you would go, but I do echo your sentiment there, where the narrative really peaks at the end of that chapter. I agree.
There's one character I love him so much. He's so good at trying to teach lessons to the characters that I was like crying 2 days afterwards just thinking about some of the stuff he was saying, and like the last fight that you have in that chapter got my blood pumping so hard. Oh my gosh, very good. And just because of those two things, those highs unfortunately outweigh all of the high of chapter 3. If that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Noah, what's yours?
Yeah, as much as I like 3, I might have to give it to chapter 4. I like that old man character a lot. I really like that guy.
Yeah, he is good.
I'm
shocked by this. I'm actually shocked by this. I did
3's really good though. Like 3 has a lot of
good.
lot of good stuff in it. A lot of good gameplay in there. A lot of good.
That's why I liked it the most. I think
has a really good secret too. I'd say probably the best fight in that game so far is in that secret sort of pathway. So. And it's not the typical combat either. I'm talking about in like the 2D top down combat. So
it's very unique. I have some irks with that, but that's
it's a rough one for sure. But yeah, so I'd say that I still like 4 in terms of like what it is and the overall story of it and what the characters are doing and what they're experiencing, and just the like side characters as well are really powerful in that one. So
It also helps that it brings some like conflict amongst the party as well. That isn't just like Susie being a shithead at the beginning of chapter 1.
yeah,
Pardon my French, sorry. But yeah, that's also a good part of chapter 4 I really like.
yep.
Cool. I did not, like I said, did not expect to be in the minority here. So you guys are shocking me. I'm outnumbered. Oh no. As for the weakest chapter, I don't know. I mean, I just think because it's the first one, it's probably chapter 1. I think everything gets better from there. I don't know. I chapter 1 or 2, I don't know. I thought they were okay. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that maybe if chapter 2 didn't have 2 routes, then chapter 2 would probably be the weakest, but because it has 2 routes and like a lot of content in those routes and a lot of good characterization in those routes, probably have to give it to chapter 1 as the weakest, even though I really like chapter 1. Actually, I really like the characters in chapter 1. Chapter 1 has a lot of really strong characters that remain like throughout the chapters, but it just sort of like sets the stage for things where other chapters go above and beyond that. So
yeah. Slade, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna turn my camera off and on, see if it'll stop trying to refocus real quick.
No, you're good.
Don't know why it keeps doing that, but I think I just got to go with 1. 1 is fine. My problem is the Dark World for that chapter feels very empty compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
It feels like it doesn't necessarily make sense to me, I guess. Like I can imagine everyone living, all the Darkners living in chapter 2, 3, and 4's worlds.
Sure.
Yeah.
But as far as 1, it's just got like these knights and guards like out in the middle of the forest, and there's not really any buildings except for the castle, and it just gets you get a little confused. It's like, yeah, that doesn't necessarily make sense. Some of the highs in that area, I say, like level design wise, beat out chapter 2's, for sure. But just because of that like empty feeling, and because of some of the all-time characters from chapter 2, I think chapter 1's got to be my least favorite.
Yeah, the Queen's pretty good. So,
And I think we all know who's the best character in chapter 2, though.
Okay, well, who do you think?
I think Spamton's like the highlight.
Oh,
of
it's
chapter
not.
Spamton's better. Spamton's better.
It's Birdley.
I really like
Birdley.
I really like Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, Birdley. Whoa.
Nobody
Birdley's
likes
all right.
Birdley. Everyone hates Birdley.
Birdley's all right.
Birdley has 0
Okay,
fans.
right.
Birdley has 0 fans.
He's wearing the Star Fox scanner. What do you mean?
Nobody even likes Star Fox that much. Are you some kind of Star Fox apologist all of a sudden?
Oh.
When did you
Fox is
become a
good.
Star Fox apologist? Star Fox is fine, but I don't think anyone's out here like, Star Fox is actually my favorite video game of all time. I freaking love Falco.
Is. Chill out.
Okay,
Yeah,
Birdley.
Okay, Birdley. Enjoy your 0 fans. Maybe I'll go start a show with Slade. Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah.
All my haters must align with me and save me from my transgression.
No, Birdley can't be number 1 character because, as he literally states in the game, he doesn't have nipples, so he can't therefore be the best character.
That's true, yeah. He makes a really solid point. Yeah, all 3 of our dislikers need to dislike this video for Power's take, but then like the video for Slade and I's take. There you go.
Yeah.
That's your homework.
I agree.
Oh, okay. So we end up getting a positive out of it. I'm okay with that. Make sure you don't do it the other way where we
Yeah.
dislike.
That's the wrong. That's why I explained it in that way. See, I'm giving him more homework.
Someone's gonna-
So
But someone's gonna go like, but what if I did it the other way and ruined it? And we'd be like, no, don't.
No, we're
Birdley's
so
all right.
distraught.
Birdley is all
He's
right.
not all right. See, you say
I'm
you
pro
say all
Birdley.
right when you talk about like space Nazis and stuff. So that's how you know it's not a good character.
We don't talk about that.
He's got you there, man.
We
He's got
don't
you.
talk about that.
That podcast is by itself. Why do you even bring it up? This is. I'm being flogged here. I'm being flogged.
You are.
And
You are.
led to pasture. Oh,
Bro's getting ganked, and his laners left him alone.
That's right.
dude.
We're playing
Alright.
League out here now. Shouts to League. We're all big
I
leaguers
don't like
here.
League, by the
We
way.
love
I just
League.
pulled something out of my butt.
We play a lot of League
Side-
here.
Side tangent. It's so funny that Arcane came out and everyone decided to play League. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, this actually
Oh wait,
sucks.
Wait,
this game
this actually
sucks.
sucks.
Yeah. No, that's what
This game
every
was
time
terrible.
a season of that drops, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll give League another shot. So I'll like play like 3 matches and be like, oh yeah, League still sucks.
I remember why I don't play League.
Like the characters are cool, the lore is cool,
Oh, they got some
but the
awesome
game
characters.
sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Show me
Very much so.
Echo. Show me Echo. I want to do his time powers.
Hey,
No,
hey,
don't
time powers
do
are
that.
cool. Don't diss
They are
time
cool,
powers.
but-
yeah.
But to play Echo, you got to play League or his like offshoot game. You don't want to do that.
Oh, and you gotta play
I
jungle, and like jungle is like a game in of itself. So
Yeah.
I mean, are you really playing League of Legends unless you have bought the $500 Ari skin
That's
and
true.
are using only that?
you haven't actually played it if you haven't bought that skin. So
Honestly,
Shake,
yeah,
yeah. Shake my head, honestly.
Yeah.
That's kind of
honestly.
Okay, forget Birdley. We've talked about
Forget
some characters.
League.
Who
we hate League.
who is your favorite character? Who is your favorite character in Deltarune? Let's get into that. Slade, what do you think?
It's got to be Tina. I think a close runner, very, very close runner-up, is Gerson. Both of those are really great characters. Tina's he's so cool, though. His design, I'm sold on him. The fact that he has, like, a completely different animation style from everyone else is cool. Yeah, I love just something as simple as he's a TV, and so he's super narcissistic and always wants attention because that's what TVs are for, and it's something so simple but so good. I love it.
Yeah. Tennis good. I'm a Lancer guy. I like me some Lancer.
I could see that. I
like
could see that. Yeah,
I know that's like kind of a normie take or whatever, but every time he
not
showed up
really.
after chapter 1, I was like, oh, I love Lancer. Give me the Lancer cookie. I'll eat it.
I'll leave it.
Anytime he
Also-
gave me the
also-
Lancer cookie, I was like, thank you. I like the Lancer.
Thank you. Also, Tina's got one of the best themes that Toby Fox has ever made, but I digress.
It's TV
Time.
time.
Dude,
Oh, I was shocked whenever you heard like actual dialogue. I was like, there's insane. I was like, that was a real turning point. I was like, damn, they got a budget now? Oh man, look at that.
Him and Spamton are the only two characters in any Toby Fox game that you've ever heard the actual voice of.
Yeah.
Or I guess
Yeah.
you've heard Flowey laugh, but that's
Well,
about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No,
You have a lot
who
of
do you
characters
like?
left.
Who do you like? Who do you think is all right?
Gerson. No, I don't think he's all right though.
Oh yeah.
I think he's great.
What do you think he is?
He's great.
He's not
I like
all
him.
right. Okay,
We like him.
Alright. That's fine.
We
We
love
won't
Gerson.
use my freaking slang anymore. It's gonna offend you. I'm sorry.
But Gerson's more than alright. You just wouldn't
He's
get it.
great. Yeah, you
You
just
sped run the
wouldn't get
game
it.
anyways.
Okay.
You wouldn't
You
get
sped
it.
run the game. That's
I
true.
thought Gerson was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Mhm.
I like it when
He
he
was good.
talks to you and you can interrupt him and ignore him. That's pretty good.
Wow.
I'm just saying it's funny. I didn't do it, but I saw some people skipping and I was like, that is good. That is very funny. Yeah, he's got that big hammer, right, Gerson? That's right.
He has big hammer.
Yeah.
That go bonk.
He is the hammer of justice.
He's a hammer bro. His battle is literally
Like
a hammer
literally.
bro battle. Like you're fighting a hammer bro from
Yeah.
Mario.
If he was on like all of the drugs.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, Gerson. When I saw him for the first time, I was like, oh, this fucking guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's such a dude. I love him. And he walks
It's
really slow. I'm like, I respect
No,
that.
you talk to him,
and
and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll go ahead and speed up." So he speeds up a little bit. Then you keep
Yeah.
talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, my bad. I'll speed it up a little bit." So he gets a little bit faster. And then your party will get tired and run off without you. And he's like, "Oh, well, I better go catch up with them." And then he just runs off without you. It's
it's
so
so
great.
awesome.
So great.
He gets like way ahead of you. You're like,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, he's gone.
I love that we are actually getting Gerson's backstory because he was a shopkeeper in Undertale, and he talked about how he was like a really legendary hero, and he was like essential during like the human monster war, basically.
Wow.
Yep.
He trained like Undyne and Asgore and stuff like that, and now we finally basically get to see like him in his prime, more or less.
Interesting. I didn't know. I did not remember he was a shopkeeper. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's one of the 2 waterfall shopkeepers.
Interesting. Who's the other?
It's Gerson and Timmy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Timmy. Okay, yeah, we know
Yeah.
Tim. Timmy's good. We were just talking about Timmy on the main pod the other day.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. Gerson. So, I mean, if you guys really want to hate me, I can tell you who I think is my least favorite.
Is it
You're
Gerson?
gonna hate it.
Yeah, we can do these favorites.
It's not Gerson.
Oh, okay,
It's
that's fine then.
Spamton, dude. It's Spamton. I don't like that guy.
Real.
Yeah.
That is
No,
actually
he annoys,
the hottest take I've ever heard.
Oh my gosh.
dude. He annoys the shit out of me. I'm just gonna be honest. He annoys the shit out of me. I don't like him.
Insane.
I'm an op for Spamton.
Clearly.
I'm an op. What can I say?
Clearly. That's
Why
insane.
am I wrong? Why am I
Yeah.
wrong about this? Defend yourselves.
I think Spamton is up there for one of the better written characters Toby Fox has done. Because he's one of like actually the most evil characters he's written. He's the whole entire reason that the Snowgrave route exists. Just because he's a jerk.
Oh, okay. I want to hear about the Snowgrave, but let's.
We'll get to that. We'll
let's
get
do
to
our-
that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that very, very soon. But who didn't do it for you? I guess Slade in this game.
I'm gonna let Noah go first because I got to do a little bit of thinking. I gotta
Okay,
think
all right,
really hard
all right.
on this.
He
Birdly.
loves everybody. He says everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
No! Stop! This
Birdly.
is terrible.
Whoa.
Stop!
Cook Birdly. Fried chicken. We hate Birdly.
Stop!
I don't like Birdly. There's nothing redeemable about Birdly. He's so annoying. He's just annoying.
He's so cool, though. He's so cool.
Well, name one cool thing he does.
He's got the freaking scouter.
That
from
ain't Falco,
Dragon Ball.
dude. That ain't Falco, okay?
You just had to say that. You just had to say it.
Wombo
Wombo
combo.
combo.
That ain't Falco.
Where you at?
Where you
Where
at?
you at? That might be my favorite video you've ever
It's
done.
so good.
I
It's
still-
so good.
I still quote it today,
So
almost
good.
20 years after the fact.
So good.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Some of the
Where
best
you at?
piece of like commentating ever done, period, in the history of any sport was Wombo combo.
Truth.
Like, you just
So true.
so memorable.
Wombo combo. It's
So
W
good.
for Wombo. Yeah, that's good. Did you do some thinking, Slade? What'd you come up with?
Yeah, I did a lot of soul searching and stuff. I thought about it.
Oh,
As
he did a lot of soul searching. All right, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
As of this point in the story, I think my least favorite character is probably Rules Card.
No,
Oh, yeah?
I like
That's
Rules Card. He's
good
like my
too,
second.
yeah.
He's like my second favorite. I love
I know,
Rules Card. He's so
and-
good.
No, we're
He's
aligned
so
on this.
cool.
We're aligned on this. No,
Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
he gets in the way. He has
Yeah,
that
it's
like
so good.
awkward humor.
Yes, I love it.
It's good. It's effective. So I have a laser pointer.
Yes.
That's good and stuff.
It's so
but
good.
he just, I don't know. I'm not a fan of any of his battles. They're gimmicky. I know that's kind of funny to say in Deltarune of all games.
But the laser pointer, though, like, they follow the laser pointer. It's so stupid. It's awesome.
The laser pointer is the funniest thing ever, but he's just annoying. And, like, not in a good Toby Fox way. He's just annoying enough to just be like, oh, it's rules card. But, true to form, that is what everyone else in the game thinks of him. So, like, job well done still. I
think I agree. I think I agree. Like when he shows up, I went like, "Oh, this fucking guy!"
Every time he shows up, like, gosh, fuck.
I am so happy every time I see that guy. I love that guy.
No. I also think the whole side plot with like the moon or like what was it? The moon.
Sun and moon.
He gets in. Like,
it's so great.
Thing
it's so awesome.
La Nino and
I love it. I love it.
It's
so much.
awkward.
I love it so much. He's like, we are 3.
We are 3, like you, and you can just see like, oh,
I guess, yeah. And then like it all falls apart, and one of them's like, I thought you liked him, so I was okay with it. And they're like, no, I thought you liked him, so I was okay with it. It's like, wait a second, neither of us liked this guy. Why did we let this happen? It's so awesome. It's so great. I love dysfunctional stuff like that, though. That's my kind of humor, is like that dysfunctional sort of humor. And so I think that's really funny.
He's also got that like horrible, like, I don't know, Monopoly game that is just terrible. I hate that part of the game where you're on the ship and you're trying to get through that like area with like the water and like the islands and stuff, and he's like, I'm challenging you to real estate game. I'm like, this sucks. I hate this. This sucks out loud. Even not my thing. Yeah. Rules card. I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, he's a guy. He is what he is. I think he's gonna. I have a theory he's gonna be actually plot relevant later.
Yes,
but that's just me.
Yes. Lord forbid.
He's the true final boss. Is rules card.
I will actually do a terrorism if that happens. I will go set something on fire if that happens.
There you heard it here first, folks.
I'll go conscript. Yeah, we're gonna play this in my documentary one day whenever I'm in jail. I'm gonna go conscript an unwitting couple to hang out with me, and we'll be 3 then.
There you go.
Like,
go for it.
Guy.
Yeah.
He's got good ideas, this rules card, but
he does. He has great ideas. I need to try him. Yeah. I need to try that at some point.
Yeah.
Rules card is not a role model, children. Don't listen to him. He is misleading at the very least.
Contrary to his name, he's not good at making rules, so.
No. And he's also, they spell it like that too, and I'm like, I hate the way his name is spelled.
I love it.
The way he speaks.
You know, like mouthfeel, it's the opposite of that. It's like vision feel. You're like, this sucks to look at. I hate the way your name looks like. Not my thing. Rules.
So I have a laser pointer. It's not laser pointer, it's laser pointer or something.
Yeah, it's like laser pointer.
It's okay. Was like, it's like someone was writing his name and went like, oh fuck, oh shit, and then it was just like ruined the name and put a bunch of extra letters in there. People were like, I think that spells ROUXLS? How do you say that? Yeah, that's how it feels like.
I didn't even say that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not my favorite. Anyway, enough about rules card. I've had enough of rules card.
I haven't had enough.
So you haven't. Well, if you want to talk more about rules card, I'll let you. I'll sit like this.
You guys have already thrown him into like the depths of the dump. Like, clearly you guys hate rules card more than Birdley somehow. I still don't understand that, but
I think Birdley's all right. Rules just pisses me off.
Yeah. This guy, listen to him.
Oh
Birdley is all right.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Not your version of all right, Power. He's just all right.
No, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that again. No. We're banning you. You can't have terrorism on me. Anyway, Birdley's all right. I'm glad we can agree on something.
Glad we can agree on something, he says.
The rules card is in the Bammer. He's in the Bammer. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So
Man, Spamton
yeah,
as the worst character. That's insane. That's an insane take. I still don't understand that one.
That one I don't even. That doesn't make sense to me.
that's just me, man. I don't know.
That's
I'm a
insane.
trendsetter. What can I say?
I
I'm
guess
gonna
so.
have a lot of people
He's a
get
fan
with me. Oh, let's
favorite,
do this.
so
Well,
He took the world by storm when Chapter 2 came out. That's for sure.
yeah,
I'm countercultural. What can I say?
you
I'm
are
built different.
clearly.
What do you... anyway, let's move on to the juicy stuff, shall we? So,
Mhm.
spoilies. Okay, you have been warned. If you are up to this point and you haven't finished the game, or you are sensitive to any types of spoilers, let me tell you, turn away. Because if not,
Get out!
get out. We don't want you here. All right.
Go.
You have been warned.
Yeah, you need to like rewind this thing and go to like our spiel of like the list of like steps to take
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in order to not mess with our metrics, right? So you have to like,
Yeah.
and then comment, and then subscribe, and then mute the video, but let it keep going. Otherwise, it messes with the metrics. See, so
Too much. So many directions. So many... here's an easy one. Take your hand and apply to forehead if you've gotten to this far and you're a dummy. How about that?
Oh, that's a good
So
step.
mess with the metrics. Don't mess with it too much though, or else it'll throw us way off.
Yeah.
But just enough to
You
make
can't
us
watch
look
too
good.
much of the video. Don't watch too much of it. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, you can't watch this full thing.
Uh-huh.
This thing was never meant to be seen in its entirety.
Yeah.
Saying all kinds of wild stuff. At the end. You can't see
Well,
it.
we're gonna be saying all this stuff, but you can't see it unless you've already played all of those other games.
No, I'm gatekeeping. Nobody watches the end of this.
It ends here. It just cuts off.
I've got a bomb strapped to my chest. Everyone's going with me. Oh shit! Oh man, Slade had a spit take. Dude.
I'm a New Zealand extremist.
Gary, I have bombs strapped to my chest.
Oh my god. Oh man, we are off the reservation. Let me corral us back in.
Good stuff,
Let's
good
talk
stuff.
about the thick, heavy, wet, good parts of Deltarune.
Yes.
How do we want to approach this? I think Slade is the lore master. Get into what you want to get into, specifics wise, the ending, whatever you want to get to, and we'll kind of just take the conversation from there. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good. And then after a while, we can talk about some theories and stuff, because I have plenty of those for sure.
Perfect.
But yeah. So for spoilers, I think so. One of the things I want to talk about is the Snowgrave route is really good, and I think that it is cryptic for a reason, unlike Undertale. Undertale, it was just kind of cryptic because it was cool to be cryptic, you know? In Deltarune, the Snowgrave route is cryptic because something that people commonly forget. Chapter 2 and 3 were supposed to release together, like chapters 3 and 4 were supposed to. But it was too much of a development time in between those that Toby Fox said, okay, it's been a long time since chapter 1. Have chapter 2 as well to tide you guys over. We still have stuff to do, unfortunately. Because in chapter 3 is when it talks more about the Snowgrave stuff, because chapter 3's secret stuff is kind of easy to find. It kind of spells it out for you what you're supposed to do. And that secret route talks a lot about the Snowgrave stuff. So then, with how the chapters work, you go back to your chapter 2 file, and then you can find the Snowgrave stuff, and you're like, what the heck? I think that's really cool. And how the characters interact. I think it is I think one of the most interesting parts about Deltarune for me, and the biggest mysteries, is the split between you being the soul that controls Chris and then Chris themselves.
Yeah.
Because Chris very clearly does not like that you are controlling them at all. but it almost is like it hurts them to take you out of their body, so they can't do it for too long. It's very weird and is cryptic for reasons. Definitely going to come up later.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Chris is almost hinted at not being on the good guy's side, um, in chapters 3 or chapter 4.
Yeah, chapter 4. Mm-hmm.
It is interesting still how when you're going through the Snowgrave route, Chris will still try to resist you. So they're like almost playing this middle position that you're not clear on where they're at. But for Snowgrave, dude, the genocide route. Oh yeah, it's messed up. You're killing everyone in Undertale, right? But in Deltarune, it's it is actually a little bit disturbing because of how much of an advantage you are taking of Noel. For people that are listening and decided to not listen to our warnings, Snowgrave is a route where in Chapter 2, Noel joins your party and you're just with her for a while. She's a supporting character in the background. And you kind of force her to do a lot of stuff that she doesn't want just because she's not fully aware of the situation going on.
Oh, wow.
Because she thinks that the whole Dark World is just a dream that she's having. But, you know, she doesn't realize that this is something that's actually happening. And you go through the game, you have her freeze all the bad guys because, like, oh, it's just like a RPG dream or something. And then you come across motherfucking Spampton, and he sells you the Thorn Ring, which is a very important item for Snowgrave. And it says it enhances the user's magical abilities. You force Noelle to wear it, and it like hurts her to put it on, but she listens to you because she's kind of a pushover. And then comes the Birdley fight, and even Birdley can tell something's up. He's like, Chris, I don't know what you're doing, but this is wrong, so I'm here to stop you. Because I'm the hero. He thinks he's the hero still.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Birdley's all right. Birdley's all right.
Yeah, Birdley's he's okay. And so he's trying to stop you, and towards the end of the fight, you tell Noelle to cast the spell Snowgrave. She's like, Snowgrave, I don't know what that is. And you keep doing the option over and over and over again. She's like, I don't know what that is. Stop asking me. And you eventually break her down. She's like, fine. Watch what happens when I cast a spell I don't know. And then she all the other like NPCs that fight you, they just turn into like kind of an ice filter over them. Birdley is actually in like a gigantic crystal of ice.
Oh, wow.
It has like this whole big dramatic animation. It's bad enough that like even towards the end of the chapter, because it completely messes with the chapter in its entirety. Even Spampton is like trying to stop you, even if it's for kind of selfish reasons. Towards the end of the chapter, it's said in the game that the Neo armor that he uses for his fight is like basically invincible. But even Snowgrave, the spell, is strong enough to stop the Neo armor. And you're like, holy cow. And then after you get out of the Dark World, what usually happens is you go into the computer room, you see Birdley and Noelle in there, and they're like, oh man, that was a crazy dream. I can't believe we had like the same dream and we fell asleep right next to each other. What the heck? But in Snowgrave, Noelle wakes up. Birdley is still like supposedly asleep, and Noelle's like, "Oh man, that was crazy, right, Birdley?" And he like does not respond. She's like, Birdley?" She kind of like shakes him. She's like, "Okay, well that was fun. Bye." And when you go to like inspect Birdley, the game kind of implies he might be a little more than just asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Really?
You kill Birdley.
Yeah.
You straight up kill Birdley. It's so awesome.
Nothing really happened. Yeah, it's very, very dark. And then nothing really happens in Chapter 3 as far as Snowgrave goes. Chapter 4, though, is where shit gets real. Because at the beginning of the game, you're in Noelle's house. You're trying to look for the password to get into the shelter and stuff.
Yeah, right, right.
Um, so I haven't done it. I haven't seen like a full thing of how to get to it, but I know that in the Snowgrave of Chapter 4, there is a part where you can talk to Noelle in her room while Susie isn't there. Um, and you she's like, hey, like, what's up, and you're sitting on her couch in her room, and you pull out the thorn ring, which is not supposed to be in the real world. All Darkner items are, just things that aren't exactly what they are. And she's like, what is that? Because also towards the end of chapter 2, you can do some more stuff to mess with her and be like, you can get her watch and equip it from the Dark World, and you can show her you have that equipped. She's like, Chris, how did you get my watch? So anyways, back to this. You scooch, closer to Noelle, and she's like, Chris, like, stop, what are you doing? And you can have Chris, like, grab her by the wrist and force the ring on her finger. And when you do, so fun fact, Toby Fox actually had to change what this scene looked like because people were taking it the wrong way. The original scene was you force it onto her finger and then the screen goes black and then like a petal falls off of a rose.
Oh,
people kind of took that the wrong way.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so he changed it to the screen turns black and then like where her finger was, like a red crack like shoots out in all directions. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. Like, I think this is way more messed up than 10 genocide routes put together for sure.
Yeah, it's like abuse. Is what it sounds like.
It kind of is, really. You're just like taking advantage of her because she has like no pushback to her character at all. It's kind of messed up.
So from there, what happens? I guess. I mean, I don't know any of this. I didn't even know this was in the game.
Yeah. So we don't know anything yet. That's the only Snowgrave stuff that really happens. There's like a little bit of dialogue after you do that. Well, it's kind of with the. Yeah.
I did not know there
nothing
was
really
a whole
happens.
route that involved Noelle. That's so fascinating to me. I need to see that stuff. Yeah,
it's cool.
I like that I like that you can find these things in these games, and like they have the depth to allow for that, right?
And they're so hidden. Like you wouldn't think to specifically kill all of the enemies in chapter 2 with Noelle's ice magic, but when you do, then that activates this whole chain of events that just goes from there.
Yeah, gotcha. That is fascinating stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Noah, I guess any talking points you want to get into? Like, I guess the ending is. I kind of had a couple questions about that. How did that hit you? Like the entire idea of a prophecy, the all the stained glass stuff, how Ralsei like reacts to it, and I don't know the way Ralsei. We talked about this in chat the other night. Like the way Ralsei responds to it happening is really interesting to me, and I kind of want to get your guys' thoughts on it too. But Noah, how did that sequence hit you? I guess.
Yeah, I just think that with like the prophecy stuff, they're kind of going for like this could be the future, but the future is yet to be written sort of thing. That's kind of what they're trying to go for there. Like, these are things that could happen, but depending on your actions, you can do things differently. Basically, that's kind of what the game is about. Like, it's a game about not having a choice, right, explicitly from the beginning, but it's also a game that you do have agency in, despite being railroaded into a lot of things. You have agency in that railroading. So I don't. I think that the prophecy stuff is just there as part of that sort of theming.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Chapter
that's
4, yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
No,
continue, Slade. I'll go after you. You're good.
oh yeah, I was gonna say chapter 4 is what really gets into that. And honestly, to get the most effect of it, you have to do chapter 4 secret boss because the secret boss talks about that
Yeah, I'd love
like
to
a
talk
lot.
about
That's like his
all those
whole
boss fights as
fight.
well.
Yes, yes, for sure. But he
Yeah.
talks about that a lot. That's like his whole thing. Um, maybe I'll get into that more when we talk about the secret bosses. But
Yeah.
it definitely the game is hinting that like yes, there's one path, but have you thought about carving out your own path
Hmm.
as opposed to
Mhm.
just following the guidelines? Color
Right.
outside the lines. What's stopping you?
Right, right. And I kind of wanted to touch on that before we got into the bosses, because I think those are the next interesting thing that I don't really know
Hmm.
anything about. So I kind of want to encourage you guys to take it from there after that.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, before we move on, the stained glass stuff, the idea of fate, um, you know, unwritten histories, this sort of thing. It really, I don't know. It feels like um it's a meta like look at routing in those games too, where it's just like
Hmm.
there's this main story, right? You can play it, you're seeing the main stuff. Like me, I'm just playing casually, I'm not looking for the secret stuff necessarily, but they have that, like, what is it, snowgrave, they have this route for you to have
Hmm.
some sort of like alternate agency in tandem with the real through line. And I think that's a
Hmm.
really interesting idea. You don't see a lot of games do that. Like when I think of this specifically, these branching sort of like secondary narratives, the Persona games are like this for Persona 1 and 2. One has an entirely different storyline you can basically go through called Snow Queen, and it branches off with different characters in Persona 1. Um, and yeah, it's really cool to see this sort of idea brought forward in the modern era. This idea of like, hey, we are still existing in the same world, but we're doing something alternate almost, right? Um,
Hmm.
and it's a good use of like resources too. Like you're getting a lot of variety. You're getting to see multiple sides of the coin, not just the top and bottom, but the sides, the middle, the back. Like you're seeing all of the options that they've given you. And I think the idea of fate and history kind of plays with that in a fun meta way. And yeah, I really, really think that's super fascinating about this game specifically, and about Toby Fox's games in general, that they play with these alternate routes in fun, interesting, secret ways too. Like you have to look for these things, right? Um,
Hmm.
and I guess in speaking about that, um, first off, I don't know who wants to say it. Maybe we'll start with Noah, because I think you've done all the secret bosses. I think you
Yep.
might have as well, right, Slade?
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
okay, yeah. So like, how many bosses are there? Who's your favorite? And I guess is there any lore stuff that we should know for spoilers? I guess coming talking about those. Okay, yeah. Noah or Slade, whoever wants to take it, go for it.
I have a lot to say, so if you want to get your stuff out of the way, Noah, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please
I
do.
mean,
Please do. Let's do it.
I go.
I will just listen. I want to listen.
I play these things for the fights mostly. Like that's kind of what I play these things for. I like the bullet hell, and so the story's like fine and or whatever. But I like these things for the battles. Yeah, as someone who's done like all of the routes of Undertale and all the fights in that, I've also done all the fights in Deltarune, and the Jevil fight is pretty solid. But it's kind of just a difficult fight for difficult sake. Like it doesn't really do anything very interesting. I don't think it's got a decent theme to it, and the actual like gameplay of it is fine. But I think the other secret fights are probably more interesting. The Spamton Neo fight is that's the one where you go off of Snowgrave, if I remember right. Right, you don't
You don't
access
you don't have to. You can get it through normal route or
that's
uh,
right. Okay.
Snowgrave. It's just forced during Snowgrave to encounter him.
Right.
But the actual secret boss fight is
in the
during the
normal
pacifist
route. Okay,
route.
that's right. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember that one. I think that one has to do with like cutting a bunch of strings in order to be able to spare him. Once you cut enough like strings from the boss fight, you're able to spare him. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
his suit's like held up by a bunch of virtual strings, and you have to like set him free and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't done in a very long time. I've done the Jevil fight again recently because I was helping my nephews get through that one, but the I haven't done the Spamton Neo fight in a while. But I remember that one being all right. And it had a really great theme, of course.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely up there with Megalovania in terms of boss themes.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, that theme's really good. The like if you haven't done these secret bosses power like that, these are why I come to these games. So you just haven't if you just haven't really like played through these games if you haven't done these secret bosses like Sans and Undertale and Spamton in Deltarune. Those are both really essential fights, I think.
Okay.
Which, and those for wondering, his theme is called Big Shot.
Big Shot, yep.
It's really
Big
good.
Shot. Yep.
Big Shot. Okay.
Do you want to be a big shot?
It's very good. Very, very good. The chapter 3 secret boss, I'd say there's two of them, because there's the fight leading up to that, the equipment that helps you with the secret boss, and the secret boss for there is very unique, I would say, because it's like a Zelda, like 2D Zelda-esque combat, and it's very, very tough. You have to fight like this bat demon creature, and it's easily one of the toughest fights in series history, I think. It's brutal.
Yeah. It's tough as nails.
It's way tougher than the actual fight with the Roaring Knight, which is the other sort of secret boss for that chapter. And yeah, that fight is with the bat is just brutal. But once you get that Shadow Mantle, it helps you significantly with the fight against the Roaring Knight. You can beat the Roaring Knight without it, but it's brutal trying to do it without that armor.
Good luck.
Yeah. You have to like just not get hit basically if you do it without that armor.
That's actually, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, and the entire fight is basically basically you're just defending with most of your characters, and then you are doing a Rude Buster with Susie. That's basically like the best way to get through that fight.
Gotcha.
And so you're kind of just trying to keep Susie alive as much as possible. And he's got some good patterns. I've done this fight recently, so it's pretty fresh on my mind. And so that fight in particular was fun. Took me a couple hours to get through that thing. It's just learning the patterns. Once you learn the patterns, they're very predictable, and I kind of like that as like somebody who plays bullet hells. I'm used to patterns being predictable once you ran through them enough, and so I like seeing that as opposed to just like random things everywhere. So that third chapter fight with the Roaring Knight is pretty well made, I think. It's a really good fight. I had a lot of fun with that one. That one kind of got me motivated to get through chapter 4, because I really wasn't feeling motivated to play chapter 4 until I played that Roaring Knight fight. Then I'm like, yeah, okay, I do like these games. That's right. So yeah, because I had to do the Tenna fight a second time before that because I forgot to save after the Tenna fight. And so I had to do that Tenna fight again. I'm like, yeah, this is a fine fight. It's just a bit gimmicky. Like, I was fine with it the one time, but it's basically like WarioWare, which I like WarioWare, but that's not really what I
Yeah.
come to that game for. I don't come to that game for
Mhm.
WarioWare, so personally, I was just like, yeah, this is fine, but I just want to do that Roaring Knight fight, and yeah, I was really enjoying that fight. But yeah, you can't really like beat the Roaring Knight, but you can at least like damage his sword. Is kind of what happens, and then you get like a piece of his sword as like a weapon. So it's a pretty cool sequence. And then chapter 4 secret boss of good old Gersten, the Hammer of Justice. It's a cool fight.
Yes, sir. It's
It's
awesome.
it's not too difficult, so I'd say this is probably a good one to start with if you haven't ever done one of these like secret boss fights, because this one's all about survival, and
Yeah.
the game is kind of actively wanting you to win this one. I feel like, because it makes it to where like the boss deals less damage the more damage you've taken. So you can take a good amount of hits before you
Oh yeah.
die in that fight. And yeah, it's just a pure survival fight. There's no way to really fight back. You're just trying to survive a certain amount of turns. And it's got some really cool mechanics because it brings back some of the Undying mechanics with like the sitting in place and blocking. And then he's got like
You're
ways to like
green now.
knock you out of that stance as well, and then you're doing like the actually like dodging him as a fighter as well. So and then of course he's throwing hammers at you and Koopa shells at you. So you're fighting a Mario Brothers Hammer Bro. Like that's just what's happening.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Nice.
I love Hammer Bros. So I really enjoyed the fight, and the patterns were just really fun to learn. I had a friend watching me play through this, and he was like, "Man, you're dodging those hammers flawlessly." I'm like, "Yeah, that's because they're really good patterns." So
Patterns are so complicated.
a good pattern is really fun to see as a bullet hell fan. So they're a lot of
You guys
fun to
have
navigate
seen-
through the patterns of those hammers. So
You guys haven't seen I Think You Should Leave, right?
huh?
It's on Netflix.
Uh,
You haven't seen I Think You Should
No.
Leave.
Oh
No.
no.
That's he's wearing this like really, he thinks it's a really cool shirt, and he's like reclining on a couch, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "Well, I went to the Dan Flasher store and I got this cool shirt. See the patterns? They're so complicated. Can you believe that?" And people are like, "I don't care. Get up. This is during the workday." Oh my gosh!
What?
Every time I hear patterns, I just think of Dan. Flasher.
Gotcha.
Um,
But
yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, that's an aside. Sorry. I just
no, you're good.
like I felt like I had to say it. I'm sorry.
I'm just nerding out because this is the part of the game that I really enjoy is the battles and the bullet hell gameplay. So that's those secret bosses so far. None of them quite stand up to Sans, but they're all
Yeah.
pretty fun in their own ways. And yeah, that big shot theme for Spamton Neo is really solid. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, for secret bosses, Slade, what you got?
Yeah, so while Noah talked about the mechanics of the secret bosses, I'm gonna talk more about the characters
go for it.
themselves and some of the more outside stuff about them. Starting off. I want to say this. So I think Chapter 3, how it does its secret boss, is actually one of the low points for me and why I cannot say it is my favorite chapter. I think if they had made for those that's not in the fandom, people call the like little shadow demon guy you fight in that like 8-bit mode but just by his theme song, and it's called Aram, so I'm just gonna call him that from here on. If Aram had just dropped the shadow crystal and gave you the shadow mantle, I think that would have been like, yeah, really, really cool and like unique way to do a secret boss, really changing up the game. And I think that probably would have made Chapter 3 my favorite. But it's how they split it up to where Aram just gives you the Shadow Mantle, so therefore you can have a better chance against the Roaring Knight, and that's what actually gives you the Shadow Crystal. Because you always get a Shadow Crystal after you beat a secret boss.
Okay.
Kind of signifies like your little trophy for it. It's just it's weird, and it also all of these secret bosses so far have had a theme to them, and the chapter 3 just does not have that theme, unfortunately. So all of the secret bosses almost kind of playing into the prophecy part of the game, and how it's so unshakable and unchangeable. They're all about freedom. So like Jevil is about false freedom. Spamton is about seeking after freedom, and Gerson is like finding your own freedom. It's very good, and they all play that out well. You know, like Jevil, when you encounter him, he's like, you know, oh, from my perspective, you are all the one locked behind bars, and in a cage. And you know, Spamton, you know, his whole thing is, I want to be a big shot. I want to fly free. Watch me now. And Gerson, you know, he's the wise old man that's like, who says you got to follow all this stuff? And like him breaking the murals in chapter 4 really plays into that. Because throughout his whole fight, he's talking about like this story that the prophecy was based off of. Or no, I said that backwards. A story that was based off of the prophecy. And he's going through the chapters, and then he gets to where the story ends, and he's like, and that's all that's been written. And no one has ever picked up the pen since then. But maybe one day someone can. What would you do if you had that pen? And it's really cool, very beautiful. It was like one of the things that made me cry.
Yeah.
And then yeah, it's good. And their fights it's just how personified they are for being these really missable characters. It's just amazing, and all of them have like the best themes of Deltarune. I would say the only ones that top them is like Tina's theme, and then the theme from the final fight of chapter 4. But like other than that, the secret boss themes are all killer. And they all play so well. They all have that, you know, yellow and purple color scheme to them. It's very good. Definitely the biggest reason probably I'm still playing those games is to see all the little glub shitos that Toby Fox cooks up for them.
Yep.
Glove shito. Love that. Love that. Yeah, the secret boss stuff I'm excited to get into, because I will come back to these things pretty soon. I've kind of got a hankering to see the stuff I've missed. Like I said, I just did a casual playthrough, right? So I'm in a place where I can go like, okay, I finished some stuff. I'm looking to complete some games. I'll come back to this, and it's going to be pretty soon. So, yeah, you guys are lighting a fire, so that's really really exciting. Yeah, I guess any other like critical secrets / spoiler stuff we want to talk about before we jump into theories to kind of round off the talk along here. What are you guys feeling?
Can't really think of anything. Only thing is, I think it's fun that if you beat Spamton's secret fight and you get his either weapon or armor, there will be a couple scenes that change in chapter 3 because him and Tenna kind of have this rivalry going on. Very cool.
That is cool. That is cool. It's really cool to see that Toby Fox is like going like, oh, we're gonna drop little nuggets here, and the people like you, Slade, who finds those things, he's like, I made that for you. Appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, appreciate it. You better appreciate it.
You better appreciate it.
Well, he knows you will. Like that's the
yeah. Oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
It's like fan service, but like meaningful fan service, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd say just like every interaction I had with like Gerson was like a positive interaction. Like I don't think I had a single negative interaction with that character. Like, the more I think about it, the more I think, like, that's just my favorite Toby Fox character.
Gosh.
Like,
he's the best.
Yeah.
So good.
Gosh. The, yeah, just, like, having him, like, act as a party member, and then, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and spare these guys now and recruit them and take the money for, like, fighting these guys. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, I love it. I think Gerson's probably the most well done, like, old man character that knows way more than he's letting on.
Yeah.
Type of trope.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, oh, I dropped my cane. Can you guys get it for me while you dodge these attacks? And that's where you're supposed to go to dodge the attacks.
That's where you're supposed to dodge. Yep.
Well, here, why don't you hit me with that healing blast? We'll see how effective it really is. And so Susie goes to blast it at him. He's like, oh, drop my paper. And then it hits Jack, and he's like, I feel so much better.
That's a really good fight, too, by the way. That fight's awesome.
I love Jack.
You're taking too long.
You're taking too long.
You're taking too long is taking too long.
I like it whenever you flip the table on him, you're shining the light on him. He's like,
Mommy.
Yeah, he turns into like the like disappearing smiley face like emoji. Like he's like ah, and then he's like
I love him.
And then he's chasing you down. He's like, you're Tutu.
Tutu. One thing I do actually gotta say, before we move on to the theory section, I think it's also really cool how in chapter 3 and 4, Toby Fox did kind of bring back a pacifist type thing, because I don't know if you guys know this or got this or whatever, but if you do not recruit enough characters in chapters 3 and 4, some things happen a little differently. Tenna straight up dies in chapter 3 after the Roaring Knight gets him, if you do not recruit enough people. And in chapter 4, if you don't recruit enough people, that scene where Jack is helping you up the tower, instead of being caught by like all of the NPCs and they lift you on up, he has you like get off his back so you're safe, and then he falls down and dies.
Oh no!
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, like the Roaring Knight sends like a sword to like break the glass that he's on after you get off his back, and so he's like, "No, Rousey, is he gonna be okay?" And he's like, "I think we need to move on, Susie."
Oh no,
that's so sad.
Cool.
Yeah, I've only ever done pacifist for that game, so I didn't know that happened. I've always just spared everyone, so.
I didn't know, but I'm like, I have got to find all the recruits for the rest of these chapters now. Holy cow.
Yeah. I guess I've done the Snowgrave route in chapter 2, but that was like on a different save file, so.
Yeah, and before we jump into theories, I did actually want to hit on, I guess, the, not the structure necessarily, but like the light world stuff slightly. Because we've mostly talked about Dark World. And I don't want to go too much longer, honestly. It is late enough as it is, right? But I wanted to talk about our party slightly, what you guys thought of Ralsei and Susie, just on kind of like a brief thought about those. And then what you think about Toriel and Asgore and like their relationship, like a couple things like that. Because their stuff is pretty interesting.
It's important.
It's important. And the stuff you told me about Asgore specifically really gets the mind going, right, Slade? So we'll start with Noah, because I feel like, Slade, you have plenty to say for sure, and I want to give you the time to do that. So
I'll try to keep it shorter, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Noah, I guess for party members first, and then if you want to get into Asgore stuff, please do. How did you take Ralsei and Susie being in the party? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Kind of, what are you thinking?
I didn't like them at the beginning, kind of hated them, and then they kind of grew on me. That's kind of the heck of it.
Susie really grew on me. Susie really grew on me. Yeah, totally.
It took time, but I started liking Susie before I started liking Ralsei, and then once Ralsei started like growing a backbone and coming in as a character, then I was like, okay, Ralsei's alright.
Yep, Ralsei is alright. Yeah.
But I'd say they're not. Yeah, they're pretty well done characters. They've got good character development, so that's what you'd expect for characters that come in as sort of these flawed characters, and then you're not really supposed to like them like 1,000% from the get go. I don't think that's the intention. So,
right. I guess any thoughts into the flower shop stuff, Asgore Toriel's relationship? I mean, what do you think about any?
All I think is that Sans and Toriel are banging. That's just how it'd be.
They're hooking up. Yeah, she's jumping his bones, shall we say?
That's true. Doing some bone trestle there.
The whole door conversation with Sans is absolutely hilarious. I cannot get enough of that. That was maybe my favorite part of that segment of that chapter. Was that the end of chapter 3? I think it was.
That was.
Were you talking to him at his doorstep, or
are you talking about the open and close sign? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
That's the beginning of chapter 4.
Okay, beginning of 4. I knew it was around the end of 3, if not 4.
Yeah, you go up and you're like, your thing says it's open. He's like, oh, it shouldn't say that. You're like, okay, can you change that? Yeah, get back with me in a bit. So he what does he change it to? He changes it to Clopen, yeah.
Clopen, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, we're closed, but we're also kind of open because I'm here. He says something like that, and then and then they're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. He's like, oh, okay, I'll fix it, and then he just changes it to himself winking.
Yeah, his face winking.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, why aren't you, why are you still not, closed? He's like, well, we're not really closed and we're not really open. It's almost like I wish they had a word for that. Like Clopen. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
I get a kick out of it every time I think about it. It's so funny.
Love it.
God.
I love it.
One of the best characters in video games ever.
He got me there. I can't even argue.
They even have him in Smash Bros. He's the most important indie character because he's in Smash Bros. For that solely reason. If he's a Smash Bros. Playable character, then he's the most important indie. I don't know any other indies that are Smash Bros. Playable characters. Maybe Cuphead. Was Cuphead
Minecraft Steve?
Cuphead was a costume. He was a costume.
Minecraft is not an indie. That's a AAA game.
Yeah, Microsoft.
I like to make you think it's indie, okay?
It's not.
Mojang made it, and then Microsoft bought Mojang. So it was an indie game, but yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll turn the questions to you. Same questions, Slade. Party members, and then that relationship. How do you feel about those?
Yeah. So I kind of had the inverse as Noah. Rousey grew on me before Susie did. She really kind of blossomed in chapters 3 and 4. Didn't really like her at the beginning of the game in chapter 1. But I was glad that she turned the leaf and became a good guy. Though there is always kind of that scare of she kind of unleash again. It's hinted at a little bit, but it always does a psych. So far,
he gets that creepy face on. She was like, and you're like,
and her theme starts to play again, and it just cuts out. And yeah, it's good. They're good. I think Susie's awesome. She after chapter 4, holy cow, I love her. Great character.
Yeah.
I do like Rousey and stuff. They kind of do some weird bits with him. In the later chapters, I didn't really like that fan gamer pandering of his plush in chapter 3, even if it was just a bit. It's get the Rousey plush because that sold out as soon as it hit the store.
He's a mascot.
Yeah, they're kind of turning him into a Morgana.
He's Loot
5, and it's a little and then in chapter 4, when he has when Gerson's trying to reach the book, and so he's like, Rousey, help him out. And he's like, on it. And then he gets on all fours, and he's like, feel free to step on me. It's like, whoa, buddy, We're not that
Whoa,
close.
funny, though. He
calm
goes,
down,
"It's
buddy.
Funny.
Oh my god.
It's funny. It's hilarious. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Slow your roll there, little buddy. I do love going up to him though, and being being like a, what is it, show compassion or something like that.
Show him mercy. Or
Show him
something like
mercy, and you splat yourself next to him.
that. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
So good.
I love it.
There's some really good, like you said, dude, it is so hard to get comedic timing in video games.
Mhm.
Like, it's very hard because you're also,
Yeah.
comedy like music is objective.
Mhm.
Or like subjective, sorry, not objective.
It's objective.
No, sorry. It's objectively funny. No, it's subjective as hell. Like,
Yeah,
some people,
yeah.
what you find is funny is not what I find is funny.
Yeah.
But like,
Mhm.
it's about timing. Timing more than anything is the rhythm of comedy, right? And they nail it. They nail it there. Yeah, I love that bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're all pretty good. Just some of those like, whoa, okay. Yeah, I like the main party. Very cool. Love Chris awkwardly standing during every like touching heart moment.
Uh-huh.
And I think Chris as a character too is very interesting. Very excited to see where they're going to go with them.
Yeah, it's like unreliable, not unreliable narrator, but unreliable hero, because you're just like, I don't even know who I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, you don't know anything about Chris. You know about yourself, and you know what you've heard about Chris, but you don't know anything about Chris.
You've heard some pretty
and,
bad things about Chris. Usually, it's usually
You've
bad
heard some
stuff.
pretty
Yeah.
usually. Yeah, Noel's like, dude, don't you remember when you used to beat the tar out of me just for the heck of it?
Yeah.
Like, dude, those are the days. It's like, okay.
Who am I playing as? Like, what the heck? I might be a
Yeah,
worse
you're
character
like
than
a-
Susie.
When he crawls out of the bed after throwing the hockey puck at the soul, I was like, whoa.
And the
no,
fact that he's completely antagonistic to the soul in, what was that, chapter 4? Like, that
Yeah.
whole bit is really interesting. Where he's like,
Oh, yeah.
he's basically like shambling after it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
It's-
also, that little phone conversation is weird as hell too. Like,
Oh,
There's
yeah.
several
that
little
line.
ones in that chapter, yeah.
Noelle's
Mhm.
mom, how does she fit into this? She's the mayor. Asgore, where does he go? You know,
Yeah.
we'll get into that in the theories, right? But
Yeah.
that little bit there is, it lets the brain churn a little bit, right? But
Mhm.
I don't want to use all our wick in one go, so
Yeah.
I'll turn it back to you.
Then,
Slade.
yeah, and then yeah, those are all great characters. And then as far as like supporting characters, I'd say the most supporting characters is definitely Asgore and Toriel. They're really good. I think, I mean, they're a good representation of a divorced family, you know.
Divorced is key here, because I think you're right now. So
Yeah, these two thought they were just estranged. They forgot about the best joke in all of Deltarune, and it's me, your ex-husband.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
I forgot about that joke.
Is a
Yeah.
pretty good one.
Well, that's why
But, yeah.
Sans and Toriel are banging, because
There you go. No,
it's
there's
meant to be.
for those that know, there's some interesting things going on with Asgore in the background. And it's very
Speaking
hinted
of,
at
yeah.
that his
Yeah.
shop is going to be like the main place for Chapter 5.
Interesting. And yeah, another thing about that family, the Azrael stuff, they say he's like, what, off to school or something? Like, what's the deal with that?
He's like, I think he's like at college or something, or at least that's what people
Yeah.
assume. Because he's like
Yeah.
not in the house, but he's like definitely older than Chris, so like it's kind of hinted at the timelines aligned that something like college would make sense.
Mhm.
And the character we know less about, though, which is honestly an important character, even though we never see her, is Des, which is Noelle's sister. Very
Right,
interested
right.
about
Well,
things
her
like
sister's
that. But we'll get
dead,
into more
right?
of that in theories. No one ever says.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of things that like kind of point to it, like
Uh-huh.
Carol being like, "Do not touch that guitar," and like her room being like a sacred space in the house and stuff like that. But
right,
it's never
'cause
straight
like
out
cordoned
said.
off almost. Yeah.
Yeah, like Noel's like, "We can't go in there." And Mom says we can't go in there.
And,
But yeah, it's very
and also
interesting.
The holiday setting for the house too. Like, does that have anything to do with that? Like, did she die on Christmas or something?
No, I think
like
it's just
that?
the
Well-
reindeer.
Yeah, it's just because they're
Okay.
reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I
that's
didn't
just
know.
their whole
I didn't
bit.
know if it. I was generally like, okay, are they doing this for a reason, or is it because they are reindeer?
It's because they are reindeer.
Yeah.
I'm like
It's
90%
because they're
sure.
reindeer monsters.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
proof positive of like, it ain't that deep, bro.
It ain't that deep.
Uh-huh.
Now, I do think that
Yeah.
Asgore and Carol are banging. I'm like pretty certain they're banging.
They're also probably in like evil cahoots with each other. Like, what is that?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's more so they are in like a team of whatever is kind of going on in the background. But I think Asgore is still head over heels for Toriel. Whatever happened that caused them to divorce, he doesn't feel like it's his fault, but
Mm.
Toriel does. It's kind of playing off of how Undertale had that same sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Toriel's like, well, Asgore could just fix all of this with one human soul if he really wanted to. Then Asgore's like, I barely have the strength to keep going after I killed the first child. Um, and so there's something that's going on. But yeah, all good. I think yeah, everyone's good. Noelle and Birdley are also really great characters. I am excited for Birdley to come back in Chapter 5. It's hinted at pretty
Me
hard. He'll be
too.
there.
I love Birdly.
I need to go. I need to play exclusively on the Snowgrave route just so I don't have to see him anymore.
So Birdly. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I guess that's a good jumping off point for these theories. Like, what do you think is going
Yeah.
on with the Chris stuff, the phone conversations? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, I don't even know what I think about it really because they haven't said
Mhm.
anything about alliances with Chris, like at all. Like, you don't
Yeah.
know exactly what's going on. There's two halves of this unreliable hero. You really play as the soul, and Chris is the vessel, and they seem like you said earlier, that they're not very happy about that. What's
Yeah.
your take on all this?
Yeah, so one popular thing that people really like to think is that, for those that know, W.D. Gaster, or the Mystery Man, is kind of behind the scenes in this game, and he's going to make his like first real appearance in Deltarune. Um, and some of the stuff definitely lines up, for sure. I think it'd be cool if so, but if so, we don't know what's going on with that. Um, a lot of these theories come from like the like little secret websites Toby Fox will make before like a chapter drops. Like there was a whole ARG going on when chapter 3 was like coming out. People found some really interesting stuff. Um, I'm gonna come out swinging. I'm gonna hit the ground running.
Please.
Here's my big theory. This is my crackpot theory. I think Rudy might be the Roaring Knight.
Okay. Okay. What
Um,
do you think this? What do you think this?
he is one of the few Lightners that we have seen that isn't really playing a major role so far. Um, and he can definitely get up and move around. One of the biggest things, though, is during the Roaring Knight fight, Susie mentions that like the knight must be like running from us because in the light world we could easily beat this guy up. Um, and so that has to be the reason why he's like running from us like this. And Rory, very sick character. You could definitely beat the tar out of him if you really wanted to.
Yeah, he's like in a bed like half the time, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's sick with some disease, and he fits the whole thing of like the antlers that the knight has.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say that too. Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely probably somewhere related to the whole family of that. Some people say it's Des from whatever happened to her. Some people think it's Carol, but I think my favorite theory so far is definitely Rudy being the Roaring Knight. It just could kind of fit into place. I think Carol's too obvious. I think I see this Toby Fox subversion coming a mile away.
Yeah, sure. And also Rudy's played as like a very nice, very benevolent character.
Uh huh.
And it just I want to think the best of it because he is an alien character, but I wonder if that plays into him, like you said, being a very powerful roaring knight in this like dark world. Like, is that
Yeah,
affecting him adversely because of this? Yeah, totally.
exactly. And something that is just interesting on the topic of the Roaring Knight. The Roaring Knight, a lot of the animations they do in their fight is very similar to a lot of animations that Chris does throughout the game. the way they point their hand when they're like doing magic attacks. When they like lean back and roar, that's kind of what Chris does when they like are taking you out of their chest. They both have like sword type things. They both will do like a pose where they're like got their back to you and their arms are crossed, and some interesting correlations there.
Huh. I never thought about that. See, you're so detail oriented about this stuff. That is fascinating. That's fascinating to me. It really is.
Oh yeah.
Any other good theories that you have for any of the other stuff we've talked about?
I think Asgore is definitely going to play a big part of Chapter 5. I don't know if he's going to end up being the secret boss, but he does have a scene hidden in the game. Got to go looking for it, but in Chapter 4, you do see him interacting with the Shadow Crystal in the Light
Explain
World.
to people what the Shadow Crystal is again.
So the Shadow Crystal is, you get these things after you defeat a secret boss. You always get one.
Right.
And in the Light World, it's like this opaque piece of like dark glass is what it looks like. And in the scene where you're the soul going through the vents in Chapter 4, if you go to the bathroom and listen to Asgore talk to himself, and then go to the Holiday's parent bedroom, he'll be talking to himself, and he'll be like, I think I can finally fix it all with this. And then he pulls out a piece of opaque glass, and then he runs off to go do something else.
Right.
So he could be the secret boss. That'd be interesting if so. I'd kind of dig that. Yeah, then like, stuff with Rousey. We don't know what's going on with Rousey. It's something that is to be seen for sure. Some people say he's either a good or bad guy, depending. I think he's pretty good. I think he's just scared of the prophecy.
Yeah.
Then the biggest thing I can think of off the top of my head is that like smiling cat face that you see a lot in Chapter 3. People think that he's going to be showing that thing is going to be showing up a lot more later on.
One of my theories is I think maybe this won't happen. I don't know. They might want to just keep it to 3. I could see Noelle joining the party and making it a foursome. I think that would be something that they would do, because they also implemented some mechanics with her in you when you're walking around in Chapter 2. Like, I could definitely see them making her a full-time character in the later chapters. So, yeah.
I mean, she already has her own like Dark World design, so.
Right, exactly, and I think they would probably implement that rather than ignore it and just let it be used for one thing, right? But yeah, I mean, no one really knows yet. But that's, for my 2 cents, I think that's probably what could happen. So, no, any theories or anything like that for any of the stuff we've kind of talked about? Any stuff for the future that you could think about? I guess theory wise.
There'll probably be more fights, more engaging fights.
No way.
More fights.
Fights will probably get better as they go. Seeing a full Roaring Knight battle would be nice, because that battle's pretty short, and I think that a full battle will be a lot more interesting if it's like as difficult as that sort of sneak peek battle, because if they have you fighting him as like a secret boss for Chapter 3, I'd imagine that he might not even be like a full fight unless you seek him out as a full fight. So like I don't expect them to have him as like a secret boss in Chapter 3 and then you just fight him as like a final boss like in Chapter 7. Like that doesn't sound right. So
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, cool. Honestly, that was pretty in depth. I feel like you guys talked at length about the bosses. We talked about some theories. We thought about the products on the whole, kind of our backgrounds with it. I personally am pretty satisfied with this round of Deltarune. When the other stuff comes out, we will do it.
For sure.
And we'll who knows when it comes out, right? Maybe we're here in 2029 figuring this shit out. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell. Like, you just gotta kind of wait and see, and grit your teeth, and go like, "Oh, I hope you're coming soon," because I can't wait another 4 years for the end of this thing, right? But
I'm pretty sure Toby Fox said he's gonna try to put out a chapter a year from here on.
even still, that'd be 3 years, right? So that's 28. So I mean, that's a lot.
Reasonable,
that's a lot of
though.
waiting. So
Yeah.
it's reasonable. As long as it's good, I'm willing to see it. And I mean, if you really want to be specific, they're all kind of small games, right? I mean, they're chunks of a larger whole, but by the time we're done, it's going to probably be a 30 to 40 hour game, probably
Easily.
So, because where it's at right now, like if you take your time, it takes about to get to the first 4 chapters. It takes like anywhere from 10 to 20 hours, really. So, I mean, if you double that with 3 chapters altogether, that's around that,
Yeah.
So I could see them going that route and fleshing it out in that capacity, but who knows? I guess time will tell. Time will tell. Are you guys satisfied with kind of everything we talked about, or do you kind of have any like stragglers kind of hanging around your head? No?
Can't think of anything. Just keep an ear out for that freedom motif, everyone. It's gonna be important, I think.
Yeah, and we will bring back the Elder Statesman, the scribe of Undertale / Deltarune next time we do one of these.
It's true.
Slade is more knowledgeable than any of us about these things, and I'm very happy that you wanted to do this, because you're telling me stuff I didn't know about a game I finished, right? And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliment. And if you guys want me back on the podcast, just yell at Noah and Power, and I can come back sooner. Just wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Listen, we can have you on whatever you want. We love having you. You're a sweetie pie, a good boy.
Well, I'm not gonna invite myself,
We're gonna start making plushies out of you. They're gonna be very marketable.
Yeah, Slade's
give me that marketable plushie.
Yes, Slade is going to be our mascot for the pod.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him in every thumbnail.
Let's go.
That's what I should do. That's what I really should do, is find the Slade on each thumbnail. That would be great.
Yeah, find the Slade.
I'm a Where's Waldo in each thumbnail. Let's go.
That would be sick.
Just stick him, take that PNG of that Rousey plushie and then just put Slade's face on the Rousey plushie with the price tag and everything,
He's so squishy. Is this polyester? Oh boy! Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, this has been fantastic, Slade. Thank you for joining us. We would be so happy to have you on anything else again. So do not hesitate to ask around when we're doing stuff like this or anything else. We would love to have you. Just all I ask is play a lot of video games and be knowledgeable about them. You're probably going to end up on one of these things again. So,
hey, that's true. You got me there.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Noah, any closing thoughts from you?
Yeah, I just want to highlight the Garrison stuff real quick. I was thinking about mulling it over, and it's interesting how something we didn't talk about really was the stuff where after the first fountain is sealed in chapter 4, they're like, oh, we need to go back and get this code for this door. Let's just make our own dark fountain. That was really interesting.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. Susie's like, wait
that
a second.
Was a baller scene.
I know how to make one of these things. Because somebody taught Susie how to do that. I can't even remember. Was it the Queen or someone like that taught Susie how to do that?
I think they mentioned it in chapter 2 of how, and Susie was like, oh, or no. Rousey told them how.
Oh, was it Rousey?
Rousey told them how. He's like, it's when you concentrate on what you really want, you plunge something into the ground.
Yeah, so they make their own.
Right.
And then they go back, and they're like, oh, hey, it's the old man. Let's go have him help us. Now, Rousey explains it away as a statue. I'm pretty sure that was a zombie, though. I'm pretty sure that was a zombie of the old man, because it's like it has like that creepy face right as like the lights like coming on.
Yeah, well, because it's explained that every dark world is unique. It's
Yeah.
how it's people's perceptions of the world. So since Susie's perception is different from whoever made the dark world of Chapter 4, that's why everything is like upside down and backwards and stuff.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, we didn't talk about the eggs. I forgot about the
Oh
eggs.
yeah, the eggs. Yeah, I've got one of those eggs. I've not gotten the other 3 eggs. I've just gotten the chapter 3 egg so far.
Well, listen, we were closing, but if you got shit to say, this is why we're doing it. So,
No, it's not important.
I will be able to wrap it back up again.
The
Please go for
the
it. You have
eggs might be important, but they're just like super ultra secret things that have like a really weird and cryptic like scenes to them, to the point where they barely make sense, but they might be important later, so they probably will be important
Yeah.
later. I think the game gives you like a star on your save file if you beat the secret boss, and then another star if you get the egg.
If you get the egg.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct. Yep. So
Don't
they'll
tell
play
me
something.
that. I want to do that.
They're very cryptic. Good luck.
Very
on
cryptic.
That.
Use a guide. Definitely use a guide on
If
the eggs.
if you get to Chapter 3 egg, go interact with the diner when you're back in Light World. By the way, has an interesting scene for sure.
Oh, okay. I didn't do that, sadly. So
Yeah, there's a man giving you the eggs, and you see him in the diner if you get the Chapter 3 egg.
Interesting.
I have that. I haven't seen that scene, so I have that egg, but I haven't seen that scene. So.
Yep.
Huh,
Yep.
Okay. Food for thought. That's exciting. Any other points you guys want to talk about? Like I said, this is the place to talk about it. We're doing this now. So if you have anything else, please
that's
say
all
it.
I had.
No, that was the only thing I forgot. Yeah.
When the old man shows back up in the end of chapter 4, though, that was kind of like had me tearing up. Yeah, it was.
Oh, need
so
some
good.
help?
Oh, I was like, oh my gosh!
And he cracks open the core, and then Susie says, "Get dunked on." It's like, okay, listen here, you.
Get dunked on.
Dunks
Come
you
on,
into
let
the
her have some fun.
Guardian.
She's been through a lot.
Well, it's
it was awesome.
It's a callback to the
off.
Sans fight when she says like the get dunked on, because that's what
dunked on.
Sans says when you try and show him mercy during the Sans fight.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. This has fired me up to get back in there and see all this stuff. So I will get on the road to doing that. But thank you both for joining me. Thank you, Slade, especially for all your fountain of knowledge. We do appreciate you. And,
Absolutely.
And we're going to do this again. We'll figure out a time. We'll put you on the main podcast. We want people to see you, hear you, whatever, dude. We'll get you on there. Don't worry.
There we go. I'll be a special guest.
Right.
So.
Yes, you're more than special. You are the ultimate guest. There you go.
There we go.
All righty. Thank you, fellas. This has been our final destination on Deltarune chapters 1 through 4. I don't know the next interval when we'll do another one of these. Maybe we'll do it chapter by chapter going forward. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. But until then, this has been excellent.
Go get those eggs, I guess.
Really?
I haven't bothered, but it'll give you something to do.
Me neither. I'll give you something.
And I'm your ex-husband.
And I'm your eggs husband. Goodbye.